Today, one of the main reasons you come here, definitely not to see me. Agree?
Yes.
Yes, very bad. I test your one. Okay. Actually, frankly speaking, I also don't want to see myself. Okay. Today I come here. One of my biggest reasons is because I really want to listen to this upcoming speaker who's going to share with us. Okay. Let me introduce a little bit about him. Okay. For your information. Okay. For those maybe first time here, you're new. This upcoming speaker, he's not only the legend in Nu Skin, okay, he's one of the fastest growing leader, not only in Nu Skin, but the entire network marketing industry. And also our first and only $20 million circle member in Southeast Asia. And during the past, his track records, right, he's currently still Nu Skin #1, commission payout in single month record holder of 7-figure US dollar. And one thing amazing about him is he's not only he became successful, okay, he became millionaire, multi-millionaire himself, but with his leadership and the system he founded, Success Together, he also create millionaires. That's amazing, right? Create millionaires. I just want to maybe I tell you he created millionaire, you don't quite believe. By the way, I'm the latest millionaire created by him. I still remember 4 years ago, I came to this kind of meeting like this. I sit there, I was listening. Okay, he was sharing with us at the time age lock opportunity. At the time he said age lock opportunity is a life-changing opportunity. That time I got two choices. One is either I believe him, or I say this guy is bullshit. I don't want to believe him. But luckily I make a decision. I believe him, and that's why 4 years later I completed my $1 million circle member. Thank you, Rayne Ho. To become a millionaire, maybe you're already a millionaire. I don't know. Maybe inside here you already have some millionaire here. But the amazing part is, in this business, this platform, not only you become successful yourself, okay, you also can leverage on this platform and the upcoming, what Rayne is going to present to you, the proven model, and his success or our success can be duplicated on you. Do you believe me? Yes. Okay. 4 years ago, I believe him, and today, I think you have the chance to listen to him up close and personal. Many people have no chance to listen to him. I think you should really pay attention, and you never know 2 to 3 years later what will happen to you. Okay, so before I welcome him to on the stage, let us look at his introduction video. $1,000 ticket member, Mr. Rayne Ho. Good afternoon. How are you feeling today? Fantastic. I don't think that's fantastic, right? I think Singaporeans are too cold or too cool. I just came back from Beijing last night. I thought that Beijing is cold, but I think Singapore is even more cold. Okay, just have a quick check over here. How many of you actually attended the expo yesterday or the previous day? Well, almost all of you. Any one of you that did not attend the expo for the last 2 days? Only one hand raised up. That's me. So I'm actually the only one that did not attend the expo for the last 2 days because I happened to be in Beijing. So I came back last night. Was very surprised to be here this afternoon. In fact, because this is not scheduled to be to have any activity this afternoon. It was kind of like last minute. I was like before my flight coming from Beijing. In fact, noon time yesterday, I started to check with some of my leaders in Singapore and Malaysia. I say that I'm going to meet some of my group, my new distributors to share with them about the business. And it was meant for about 6 to 8 people. So I just happened to open my mouth. Sometimes my mouth is too big, huh? So some of them they say that why not we just open up to every one of us. So that's what we have today, right? So I was supposed to do it in a hotel cafe, speaking to some of my new distributors. So I'm glad that I have a chance to meet a lot of new friends over here. Just a quick check that any one of you that do not see me for the first time. First time, real person. So you are. Can I have check again? Can I have a show of hands? I think we have a lot of new friends over here that I couldn't recognize you. Can we give all these new friends a warm applause again? It's really excited to always come back to Singapore. It's a very rare chance for me to be able to speak on a stage. I think for the last 2 months that I haven't really speak on this. Not 2 months, I think maybe more than 3 months that I have no chance to speak on this stage. That this afternoon is meant for our new distributors. Any one of you that do not know anything at all, and you just sneak it because it's not meant for you. Right? Because some of you will be very confused that actually what we are talking about. Right? In fact, this session is more, targeting some of our new distributors that have just went for the expo, and some of you actually started to use our products, and you want to find out more about the business. Right, I think for most of us, we know that a lot of you that actually already started using the products. Just like most of us started the business, including Derek. Can we give Derek a warm applause again? Because Derek is hot from the oven. Right, he's our latest new MDC, and today he realized that he take the days off. Today is Sunday, by the way, right? It's a public holiday. It's meant for holidays, right? So you take the holiday off and become my MC, right? Shall we give him a warm applause? It's not easy for you to invite Millionaire MC to introduce you, right? Yeah. I think you deserve a louder applause than that. Okay, like I mentioned to you, this is not meant for this session is not meant for totally new friends, right? It's more like the people that want to find out a second look into how this opportunity can change your life. Because I'm happy to share with you because I benefited from the business. I started the business way back about 14 years ago. That was in 2001. I started the business. Right, to be exact, it's January 2001. So early of the year, just like now we are early the year, right? So I built a business starting from Singapore, very small market. And I subsequently expanded my business to a lot of countries, and today they expanded to more than 20 countries. Right? Without this platform, I don't think that being based in Singapore, you're able to build a business that able to expand to more than 20 countries, right? Yeah. So if you open a beauty salon in Ang Mo Kio, right, you can't possibly have a chance to build business or customers in Kuala Lumpur. Right. So for most of the business, you realize that it's almost like impossible. I mean, for the last 14 years, I have running leverage on this platform and create some results. So this afternoon I'm going to share with you some part of my stories on why, in the early days, whereby most of the people are very skeptical about this industry, and until today it's still very skeptical. I can tell you that a lot of my friends are still thinking that, why are you doing this? In my mind I was thinking, why are you not doing this? Right, so why is it that there's such a difference in opinion and decision? Because people do not understand, right? Yes. So where I realized that over the last 15 years, many of my people, the leaders over here, they are not just part-time building the business, they are fully committed, full-time building the business. And these people, if you have the chance to meet many of the leaders over here, they are not just ordinary people that do not have got nothing to do, right? Nothing better to do, that's why they come and do new skin. In fact, most of them, they are very qualified, even for professionals. And then they get involved in the business because they feel that through the platform they can help to change their life, right? To be able to shape their own financial future. So that was same for me, right? 15 years ago when I embarked on this journey, I would say that in the past, if you talk about people, you are building this profession, network marketing, as a full-time profession, most people would not think that this is right. Yeah? So, but after 15 years, you realize that I'm not, I don't like to prove people wrong because everybody is right? So, but I think that through thanks to the Singapore government, right? I think 15 years ago, they started to open up this industry. As some of you, I don't know whether you know about the history of this industry in Singapore. It was previously, right, not legal. It's prohibited, in this country. In June 2000, the Singapore government actually reenacted a new act, right? They call it the amended MLM Act, which differentiate what is the real MLM business, right, with the money game or pyramid scheme. So most of the people in the market realize that they are confused. They do not know what is real MLM business with, a difference between a real MLM business and a pyramid scheme, pyramid selling scheme. So most of the people they shun away from the opportunity. So for me, is that I realized that I'm born in Malaysia, but I've been staying in Singapore for the last 30 old years. Huh? So I'm very old already. Huh? I came here after primary school in Malaysia. So I pursued my study over here, so I've been staying over 30 old years. But being staying in Singapore for so many years, I realized that this is a government that is very strict, right? Very, they will not just open up an industry just like that. They must have done their own due diligence, right, their homework before they see that there could be potential in opening up this industry. So I was one of the few who saw the opportunities because I think that they must have done a lot of things before they make a decision. It's a big decision for a country, to change the regulation. So for me, is that the time, right, 14 years ago, I thought that this could be something that can change my life. I was 28 years old, by the way. So now I'm 43 years old. Right, so that's how my life has been changed, through this platform. But just a quick, I want to show you some of my, when I first started. Oops. I don't know how to use this. Is it working? Okay, I just want to show you that because a lot of people thought that maybe I'm extraordinary, right? Maybe I'm talented, right? Many people thought that maybe because you're born to do the business, very suitable for the business. So I just want to share with you how I started when I was just very ordinary, like people like all of you over here, right? A young man, trying to build a financial future for himself. So in fact, too ordinary compared to many of you over here, because why? I was born in this way, right? Not that blessed to have good looking face, but I think about that, I feel lucky that I don't have a good looking face in the past, because otherwise I may not choose this career, right? I have better options. So that was when I first started the business. Like most of you over here, but you started off with products because you want to lose weight, you want to slim down. For some of you want to look good, right? You want to look young, or so some of you realize that you want to have more energy, you took our R-square, right? So most of the people who came to the business or platform, right, including Derek, I know that early days because of the TRA, he's trying to slim down, right? He came to the business. Like for myself, right, in the past, when we first started, we didn't have any health product, we just have skincare product. So if you look at my problems, I need a solution, right? Yeah. So to me, when I first got to know about New Skin, I was quite a simple person. I was thinking that worst come to worst, if I don't make it to become a millionaire and become more handsome, there's no loss to me, right? So I think for most of you over here, you already started using the product, right? Maybe you started using TR90, trying to slim down. So I say that there's no loss to you, right? If you're willing to find out more, right, what can this business brings to you? So this is how I started, 15 years ago. Right, that's why most of my friends did not join me in the business because they think that I will fail. Right? Can you imagine such a gentleman trying to promote skincare products? Very tough, right? I used to be major in economics. I was very good at I was in financial industry for almost like 5 years. So I'm pretty good at numbers, but I'm not good at skincare. Right, like most of the professionals, including many of you over here, you could be engineers, accountant. You may be thinking that why I get involved in this new skin business. Right, this is like something skincare and healthcare, which is not my profession. So I was just like you in the past 15 years ago, where I have got bad acne problems, but because I saw the opportunity, right, and I saw that people before me, right, because when I started the business, New Skin already 17 years old. So they are in more than 30 countries. So I've seen a lot of countries like Japan, in Korea, in Taiwan, in Hong Kong. Right? There are a lot of success stories, and there are a lot of good comment about the products. So I started off with the product. This is a real testimony of myself. So I don't know how much you want to make it a lifetime. Right? I think sometimes money cannot buy everything. Do you agree? Yes. Right? Money is not everything, right? The most crucial one, you realize that health is very important. Right? You realize that you have a lot of money, but you realize that you lose the health. There's no use. So I think with the new skin products, and I've seen with my own eyes, right, that people who build the business for more than 5-10 years in the past, right, they look younger compared to when they first started. So I envy the kind of outcome. I think that if I can be young when I'm 40 years old, 50 years old, I think that's a good thing for me, right? How about you? Oh, you prefer to be old and ugly. Cannot be, right? Every one of us want to look young, healthy, right? So that's how my transformation over the last 15 years. Right? Why am I want to share with you about this testimonials? I think this is very important because outside this room, you could have seen a lot of multi-millionaire, right? Gentlemen, they have a lot of money, right? They have big tummy. Yeah? They lose their hair, right? And a lot of white hair, right? They look old, haggard, very pressurized. And so I'm saying that actually there are many avenues for you to make money. You can accumulate your millions, in a lot of platforms. But in this business, it's a little bit different, right? Because while you are accumulating your wealth, at the same time you realize that you get byproduct. You know what's the byproduct of new skin business? You become healthier, more handsome, better looking, and younger. I think that's pretty good, right? Because a lot of job and a lot of business outside, you make a lot of money, you get byproduct too. It's white hair, no hair, big tummy, right? It comes with the package, So that's how I transformed over the years, right? But it's not an immediate, okay? It's not an immediate. And my first time being recognized as New Skin Success Seminar, that was like, I think 9 months after New Skin opened. That was about like in September 2001. So when I was on the stage, right, this was actually taken by one of the New Skin staff, in the past. Right, it was in 2002. Amazing, right? So ugly, right? When I look back at the photo, I was thinking I have got big courage to do the business. You must have a big courage to do New Skin, right? Trying to sell skincare product. This is 2009 before age lock, right? I have improved quite a lot, but it's still not good enough, right? So that was 2009, and starting 2010, we have launched our age lock product, right? Which is we have the spa, Galvanic spa. We have the transformation set. I started to use the product, and this is 2011 when I was in Hong Kong, right, attending one of the Hong Kong, the Greater China Convention. Right, it was a very casual photo with one of the $20 million circle members from Japan, Mr. Kaneko. In 2013, the previous year, now it's 2015. In 2013, we went to the US convention, global convention. Then we took a casual photos, a group photo again. So when I put the four photos together, I realized that what a great change, right? Yes or no? Yes. I think we should give New Skin a one more applause for that. But for most of the friends, you realize that every one of us get old, right? I like to go back every time for gathering with my old school friends. Why? Because you look at them, every one of them get older, but you realize that the people who use New Skin, they get younger and younger.
Yes.
Yeah. So there was me when I was recognized as $1 million Cycle One members in 2003. Right. So New Skin took a photo, and this photo was used to be on the Wall of Fame in New Skin showcase when I was recognized as $1 million. This was when I became $20 million in 2012. That was about 2 years ago. Do I look younger or do I look older? Oh, sorry, sir. Should I use the word older? Do I look younger or do I look more matured? So I realized that when I was young, I was very matured. When I was old, I become very young. Yeah? So if you think that this product can have this kind of great results, do you think that there will be huge market potential?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Definitely. Right? So the reason why that, and most of the time, I think in Singapore, there are a lot of MLM companies, there are a lot of MLM opportunities, right? You have a chance to attend some of these seminars and they tell you that how much money you can make. Well, we want to make a lot of money. But honestly, right, if the product doesn't work, where the money come from? Right, that would be a big question mark. The reason why New Skin, after 30 years in the business, we're still growing strong, bigger and bigger, right? The fundamental is the products. Because without great products, you realize that the business can never last. And the New Skin, you realize that I'm very thankful to New Skin because when I first partnered with New Skin, I just want to change my life. I never thought that they invested heavily on innovation R&D, right, to come out new products almost like every 1 or 2 years. Actually, that helps me a lot in building my own business. Can you imagine that if you're selling handphone today, mobile phone, right? If you're still selling the old Nokia handphone, who want to buy? No. Antique collectors want to buy. Right? People who are collecting antiques they want to buy, right? So you realize that people are not using the kind of old products anymore. Right? So to me, I realize I'm glad because of New Skin, they have the great products. But why? Right? Why I get involved in the business, like many of you over here today, right? You could be using our products. You may be thinking, why should I get involved? Right? I don't want to do MLM. So I came up with a few questions over here, right, this afternoon, right, which I think that these are the things that I did, right, my homework that I did before I start to plunge into the business. Right, the first thing is why. There are so many opportunities that I can make money. And I believe that if I work hard, I can make a lot of money in any way. Second, what? Right, what is this business all about? Right? So is it just about MLM, doing MLM business? Or something that you realize is even more? Right? Who are the people who are suitable for our products and for the business? Right? And where can I conduct the business? Just in my home, in Singapore, right? Or everywhere in the world? Right? And how? If I know the business opportunity is good, like someone tell you that you should invest in this business, the business is a lot of potential, but they never provide you any know-how in building the business. Do you think know-how is important?
Yes.
It's very important. I can show you that you realize that there's a gold mine over there, but you realize how to get to the gold mine. Even I can get to the gold mine, but you realize how can I get the gold? We don't know how to take the gold. Right? And the last one, when is the timing? Timing is everything. Right? So the first question is about why. Why are you here this afternoon? Because you can choose otherwise, right? You can choose play mahjong, right? You can choose to go for a movie. You can choose to go karaoke. You can choose to spend your time with your kids, your family members, yeah? But the reason why you are here, I know you could be the reasons why you're here, that's why you're here, right? It cannot be suddenly, you're here. It can't be, right? So the same thing for me, right? I have questions, right? When I first started New Skin, why should I get involved in this business? So when I first studied about New Skin, but I realized something that interests me. Because the time I was still very young, I'm poor, right? I don't have a lot of money. I was in financial industry for about 4.5 years, where I'm making good, decent income, but of course not rich and wealthy. So I wanted to become a millionaire. So I read a lot of the materials from New Skin and realized that they created a lot of millionaires. Right? Even Success Magazine, they reported, we create millionaires. That we feature New Skin. right, in United States. So being a very young man to me is that I'm very simple-minded because I want to become a millionaire. And I want to work, if I want to become a millionaire, if I can work with a company that are able to create millionaires, the chances of me becoming a millionaire is higher. Am I right? Yes. But otherwise, you realize that I'm trying to grow my ways, right? It's not that easy. Right? At the time, I still remember that, it's not 3 days, every 3 days create 1 millionaire. Right? They never stay. So I suppose that, they only create 1 millionaire, like 1 month they create 1 millionaire. That was 15 years ago. The speed of them creating millionaires is not that fast. But today, after 15 years, the new skin company create 1 new millionaire every 3 days. I don't know what company you're working with right now, what business you're partnering with right now, right? Can you check your own company or the company they work with, right? Have they produced any millionaires? If you're working for someone in a company, right, look at your boss. Then you know where is the future. Right? So to me, I'm a very simple-minded. I was thinking, right, if I continue to do what I'm doing, right, and I want to get a different result, that must be crazy. Because not many in my peers in my company can achieve the kind of results. So when I saw that this company create a lot of millionaires, right, so I was thinking that if I'm able to partner with them and they do not want to reject me, sometimes you realize it's not easy for you to partner with a company that's very established, right? Especially if you're working for a big company, it's not easy. Right, so when I saw this, I realized that at least I got a chance. Honestly, I don't know how to do, but I saw this is something that I want. So as in today, right, we have created more than 1,000 millionaires. So if you are still looking down on the industry, or you are still looking down on New Skin, potentially, maybe they were missing out a big opportunity over here. Just like over the last 15 years, right, I'm not smarter than a lot of people. In fact, it's just that I look into the business in a different angle, that's all. It's about law of perspective, in different perspective. So the time when I first started, they only have a couple of hundred, right, about 200-300 millionaires. But today you realize that they've created more than 1,000 millionaires worldwide. Now, out of which you realize that more than 41 people, right, they have paid out more than 20 million US dollar commission. Right? Can you imagine any company today you work with, right? The employees or the sales staff, sales force in the company, or the staff in the company, right? They've been rewarded more than 20 million US dollars. We hardly heard of, right? But even there is any company they're willing to pay off so much, the barriers of entry is very high. Right? Chances are you realize that you need to have very good degree, very strong track record of working experience, right, before you can get this kind of payoff. Am I right? Yes. Right. So when I was telling myself, right, when I get to know about New Skin, right, they don't require to see my degree. Anyone of you that actually, New Skin require to see the degree before you join? No. Right, you want to join a member, you want to start a business, LY, show me your degree. Are you a graduate? If you're not a graduate, you're rejected. No. So this is a company that you realize that is very embracing. Right? But sometimes you realize that they allow everyone. Basically, you realize that if you have the dreams, right, to become a millionaire. So I saw that opportunity. That's how I started, because I want to become a millionaire. In Singapore, right? So this is what happened after 14 years. Right? Not only me become millionaire, right? Every one of us is born selfish. If you tell anyone they say you want to help people, right? That's bullshit. Okay, same for me. I'm not that great. Okay, I'm not that great when I first started. I was just thinking for myself, right? If I can change my life, that's good enough. If I can become a millionaire, I can help to take care of my family. Right, very simple. But I never thought of I become a millionaire at the same time so I can help other people to become a millionaire. I never thought of that when I first started. Right, I was forced into it. Right, New Skin, New Skin culture is forced for good, right? I was forced to do good. Why am I saying this, right? You go back to any employment job, right? If you're trying to promote, if you are a company's CEO, if you're trying to promote your junior, right, to replace the position, that means you got to get out in order for him to get promoted. Am I right? Yes. And many times you realize that you cannot be too generous in business and in job. Right, because you realize that if for someone to go up, someone have to go. But in this business, you realize that it's not a zero-sum game. It's a win-win. Right? In order for you to grow bigger, you need to help someone to grow. So I was selfish by nature, right? Like most of us over here. Okay, but because the plan, the compensation plan, forced me, at first unwillingly, right? But it became a nature. You realize that, when you help to get more people become basically you realize that if you help 5 people become millionaire, you become a $5 million. You help more than 10 people, right? You become $10 million. So you got no choice to create more millionaires. You understand what I mean? Right? So, not only that my life has been transformed along the way, but you realize that, many lives have been transformed. But that is not true for a lot of platforms outside. If you want to go out, one person, you want to go out, you got to whack many people down. Yeah? So that's the reason why that you heard a lot of sad stories. And that is not the end. So as I build the business, after some years, I become more ambitious. I get addicted to this kind of habit. That's why I set a big goal in our team, right, in our organization. I think most of our leaders we know, right? In my lifetime, I want to grow more than $1,000 million, right? More than 1,000 millionaires in my organization. Right? If you look at in any business or you own a company today, right? You started a company, right? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine your company helped to create 1,000 millionaires? What kind of scale of operation of this company? Huge. Right? And you're going to invest a lot of money. Am I right?
Yes.
But today you realize that I dare to say this kind of statement because I don't have to pay a single cent. Because if you help your staff, right, to pay to raise their pay, who is the one who pay? You are the boss, you are the one who pay, right? So if you create more millionaires, 1,000 millionaires, that means that you are the one who's going to pay for this 1,000 millionaires, right? So nobody will set the kind of goal for a boss. Am I right? For all bosses, you realize that we try to cut costs, increase productivity and cut costs. But in this business, you realize that, right, it's possible because everybody have got the same compensation plan. Right? So, and not just about being a millionaire. In Singapore, you are blessed. Right? Because I'm still Malaysian, I know how Malaysian and Singapore operate differently. Right? In Singapore, you realize that easily you can become a millionaire. Okay, not because you're damn good. Okay, I was joking with my Singaporean friends, and some of them they're doing business. They say they make money from property. I say sorry, it's not because you're damn good. Because you have a good environment, good soil. If the Singapore economy is not good, right, you buy property, you also lose money. Correct? So if you realize that because the environment is so good, right, the government have built out a good environment for business growth, right, we are riding on the wave. So sometimes you realize that it's not how good you are. It's just that you just happen to be there at the right place at the right time. Right? You buy some property, you realize the property went up, you sell, you make millions. Am I right? Yes. So there are a lot in Singapore today, you realize that, honestly, you can bump any millionaires, a lot of millionaires. But by the definition of millionaire in New Skin, and what you see billionaires outside is totally different. Right? If you buy shares, you make 1 million. Where's the next million? You got to invest again. Yeah? Yes. And not every time make money one, no. They got bao jia one. No, right? Sometimes you're unlucky, you realize you lose, right? And as long as you continue to play until the end of your life, one time you realize you lose everything. Possible? Yes. Right? Even property always go up over the long term, but you realize the timing is also very important. For people who bought for last year, right? They could be stuck for at least for a couple of years. Right? Because now you realize that they start to have adjustment, correction. Right? But in the New Skin Millionaires, you realize that the most powerful part, because of the network that you build, is a cash flow business. Right? It's not just the $1 million that you make, but more important, the residual income, the cash flow income that you get from the network every month. This is something that's very interesting. So why I get involved in the New Skin business? And 15 years ago, right, whereby a lot of people hate MLM, right? But I chose this industry because I saw this chart that, in my mind, right, when I first started. So I want to share with you a little bit more about this chart, because I think that this chart have changed me a lot. I'm not going to touch so much about the process, because you realize that everything they go through, right, there will be always a process. Am I right? There's always a learning curve. But more important thing is that why you want to do this is more important. Right? In the early days, you realize that you want to become a doctor. You decided that you want to take the course. You went through the process. Am I right? So you want to know why you want to do this. But most of the people today, after they're straight from school, they don't know what they want. Actually, I can tell you that most people are not successful because they do not know what they want. That's all. right? Just follow people. Monkey see, monkey do. Right? So most of the time after you graduate from school, university, the first thing you think that you try to grab a job because you need income. You just want to start making money. That's very common. So we never spend time to think about what do we want, what we need to do, what do we need to invest the time so that we can, by the time 10, 20, 30 years later, what we can get. We never. So I'm a little bit logical guy. In fact, I never worked for people in my life before. Right? Why? Before I graduate from school, I have decided employment is not the path to my financial future. Right? Because I understand this curve. Right? If you look at this curve, right, it's very simple. We have the income and the time. Both are very precious. So when you do not have money, right, time has become more important. Right? Because you invest the time in the right place, slowly you will accumulate money. Right? Different options in life, right? Different career that you choose, right? In fact, it lead to different outcome. It's always like that. So I would say that success is a matter of choice. It's not a matter of hard work. Okay? If you choose to become an employee today, you start work after you graduate from school, 23, 24 years old. In Singapore, right, the official retirement age will be 60. How many years? 67, I think now. 67? Going to be 67. Oh my God, right? You graduate from school, 24. Retirement age 67. 67 minus 24? 43 years old. That means you are prepared to work for 43 years. Right? Why? Because Singaporeans' lifespan has extended. So now you are able to work longer. Bullshit. The real answer is that you cannot afford to retire early. Because everything is getting expensive here. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. Doesn't mean that you live longer, you have to work longer. Right? You can live until 100 years old, but you're only 30 years old, you retire, right?
Yes.
Right? So, in fact, for most of the people, you realize that after they graduate from school, right, they jump into employment and they move on this curve. Some of them are very capable, they move up the corporate ladder, right? But you realize that as you move up, right, you become very lonely because the air is very thin up there and very few people at the top, right? So, if you are lucky, you realize that you always got promotion, right, from the graduate from school. After you when you retire, you end up as a CEO of a company. I think that's the highest achievement already. Am I right? And for most people, for the next 30 to 40 years, what happened to them? They got retrenched. Retrenchment is coming in right now. Why? IBM just retrenched. How many people? I think 100,000 people I heard worldwide. It's scary. A lot of numbers. If you look at the retrenchment numbers, pretty scary. So you spend your time like 5 and 10 years trying to accumulate the working experience, right, to be very skillful in your job. Right? 5 and 10 years later, you become redundant or replaceable. So how can you lead a better life? Right? If you think that you believe that you will spend a lot of time to become more skillful in your job, that will solve the problem. That is not true. Because as you grow older, what happens is that your income is higher and you are getting older. So it's cheaper for any employer to employ someone that is younger and cheaper and multiple of them. So we become redundant, or either we become redundant because industry change, or we become replaceable. So that's the reason why for people who choose employment, right, this is a very tough road. Not easy. How many people can work for the same job for 40 years? Not easy, because the company may not last 40 years. You want to last 40 years, very loyal to the company 40 years, but the company cannot last. Right? The company come and go too. So it's not easy, even though you realize that if you think that employment is a long-term solution, it will never be a long-term solution. Never. In the past, in the olden days, some of you are old enough, but none of you are old here. Okay, if you're old enough, you heard about pension scheme. Now there's no more pension scheme. Right? Pension scheme is something that you work hard for a period of time, you realize that you still get income after that, right? But now you take care of your own self. By the time you retire, whatever job you are, right? If you are CEO or GM of a company, your active income drop back to zero. If you are a good investor, right, you get some income from investment. But if not, you realize that sometimes you spend a lot of money, you overspend, or you invest wrongly. You end up by the time you retire, you're old, you're not wanted anymore. At the same time, you have no money. Pretty sad, right? So not because you are not capable, or not hardworking. It's the fact that on the first day you choose this path, you know where is the outcome. Right? Input, output, the middle is just the process. That's all. So if you do not know what is the outcome and the output that you want, you're just blindly going through the whole process, you go nowhere. Right? Or sometimes you realize that we are just making, we are just let people make use, that's all. Right? So this is almost 90% of the people. How many of you actually used to be employees? Can you put up your hands? Okay, after I say this, you don't put your hands up. I will say more than 90% of the people. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah? So if 90% of people choose this path, how can they be happy? Because the end result is that. Am I right?
Yes.
I think you don't feel good right now. Because I'm talking about you. Right? Honestly, right, the reason why sometimes you do not know, because most of the typical things, right, what you study in the school, you think that you never do the job is wasted. If you fail in a life, it's even more wasted.
Yes.
Okay, these are typical answers I get from, sometimes friends, I say, last time in the school I studied this. So if I don't practice this, it's wasted. I tell you, if your life is not successful, it's even more wasted.
Yes.
Why people comment in this way? Because they don't know what they want. They thought they are born to become an engineer. They thought they are born to become an accountant. Actually, you realize that your life is born to design to become successful, not just becoming a professional accountant or engineer. Right? Second group of people, my first career, I was in the insurance industry. My first career, right, which is self-employed people. Right? Self-employed people usually chances like doctors, lawyers, right, or surgeon. They're all, many times you realize that they could be, those that are high income one, they are very skillful. Right, they must be very skilled labor. I call it skilled labor lah. Right, so even top insurance agent, top property agent, right, top surgeon, their income is very high. But unfortunately, you realize that this group of people, they're just too good. Until it's not easy to replace them. That means it's not easy to duplicate another one, like Michael Jackson. He's just too good, right? But we realize that it's not easy for you to duplicate another Michael Jackson. Well, this group of people, potentially they can make a lot of income. But once they fall sick, or they're not around anymore, the income cannot continue. And sometimes you realize that it's subject to seasonal, Right? If your health is not good for 3 months, there's no more income. So that's explains why there are a lot of, sometimes you heard a lot of those old-time movie stars. Right? They're retired for 10 years, 20 years, after they come back already. But they say, I miss you eyes. Not miss, I miss your money. Because after retire for 10 or 20 years, no more money, everything spent, we finish a day. So the only thing they know is sing and dance. So they have to come back lah. Right? It's that simple. Why? Because most of the self-employed people, right, once they stop working, the income stopped. So that explains why, my previous career, I realized I can make money and good income. But once I stopped, my income has stopped. And I started to get worried because I get older each day. I get older each year. My productivity will drop. So that is the second group of people. The third group of people, right, who are risk takers. Right, this is a minority, right? They want to build their own business, conventional business. By conventional, traditional business, I mean that you need to invest money or capital. Right, this group of people, if you look at the trend for more than 30 to 40 years, not easy for you to be consistently successful over 30 to 40 years. You can be lucky to catch a timing because of certain great products, or get the trend, you catch the trend, you make money for 3 to 4 years. Right? But if you want to continue to grow for the next 30 to 40 years, it's not easy. Right? Including the founders, many times the founders, right? Chances are a lot of founders of the companies, they're very charismatic. By the time you realize that when they grow to 10 to 20 years, they get tired, they go burn out, the energy level drop. So they overlook a lot of things. The business started to get affected. So it's not easy. I ever thought of building my own business, but I realized that it's too tough. Because while I'm taking care of the sales and marketing to bring in the business, I still have to worry about back end. Right? Who is taking care of the back end? The overheads. So most of the business fail is not because they have no business. Most of the company collapse because of poor cash flow problems. Right? The business, the orders is still here, but they realize the expenses, the overheads kills them. Right? So when I look into this, I realized that this is not something that I want to do for the next 30 years. Because the time I was 28 years old. So one day I will come, I will turn 60 years old. So I was thinking, I cannot afford this kind of fluctuations. I don't have strong heart until I took Pharmanex. That's why sometimes you realize that, there are a lot of, I always think that a lot of these entrepreneurs, right, multi-millionaire, they're really damn good. Not easy. You got to respect them because they need to be very alert to the changes in the market. Really it's not that simple. Right? You need to be constantly alert. So when I ask myself, right, is this something that I want to go through? So my answer is no. Right? So when I get to know about Nu Skin, right, they talk about exponential growth, they talk about compound growth. The greatest discovery for the last century is the discovery of compound interest. Right? That's the reason why how some investment products, including insurance policies, are being created. So I know about that, but the thing is that you never heard about you can compound your efforts and time. You can't. Right? You always say we cannot buy back time. Whatever time has passed, you cannot buy back anymore. So when I understand about Nu Skin being a compound growth curve, right, I got really excited. Why? Because you only spend a couple of years at the early years, but you enjoy the kind of freedom. Because as you grow older, your income started to escalate. And this is very rare. I don't know about you, I don't know what you are doing right now, right? But basically you realize that you possibly can't find any vehicle or platform. Okay, I'm not talking about working experience right now, assuming that every one of us has no prior working experience in any other industry. But if you compare all these platforms, this is probably the only one. So that's the reason why for me to look into this industry. Right? Not because I know how to build a business. So when I saw the curve, I realized that I don't mind suffer for the first few years. Right? I can bear the pay. But what I want is a future, the long term. But most of the people who fail in the network marketing business and Nu Skin business, they cannot withstand the pressure at the beginning. Right? That means that, sometimes you realize that when you first started Nu Skin, right, your income is not very high. Right? Because it can't be like straight away you become a millionaire. Not possible. It's something so new to you, a new industry. Right? And you are already a 10 years professional engineer, a professional accountant. So when you start to do Nu Skin, you expect that for the next 1 year, right, you become a millionaire. That's not possible. Correct? You just think about it, right? You are having 10 years professional experience as accountant. You have some income, good income, professional income. And now you're just doing Nu Skin for 3 months. You expect your 3 months income is higher than a professional accountant? No. Hello? You think lah. Right, so most of the people, you realize the problem is that they have no patience. Right? They have no patience to build your own business. You never mind your own business. So whatever you do, you realize you're only solving your temporary problems. You can have high income right now. I can tell you that you're not pursuing a long-term solution. It's just a temporary solution. Right, to cover all your expenses and some money to spend. But what happened next year? We got a big crisis. I say I'm not so sway on right, whole company, right, they'll retrench everybody first. I'm the last one. You are the boss lah, last one. Right, anything could have just happened. So my question to you, if you are driving, you need to have spare tire, right? Yes. Where is the spare tire? Not here. You see here, I got big spare tire here. Some people say that, why should I still get involved in Nu Skin? I got a good job. Right? The higher your income, right, the better start to think the plan. What's the backup plan? Most of our leaders over here, right, most of them, they are not coming into the business full-time right away. They started building a business on part-time. Right? Even many of them, if you try to find out from them, they have good income from their job. You're thinking that why are they doing this? Right? They are planning for the future. Right? They sacrifice their weekends, they sacrifice their night time. Right? Why are they doing this? Actually, honestly, to tell you that based on their professional income, job, active income is enough for them to spend. But they are doing this for the future. If one day you got retrenched or you're replaceable, you're made redundant, right? You still have a income. So when I saw this, I realized that it's obsolete. I will never turn back. Even though I may have obstacles or problems building the business, but I will try to find how to do it. If people have went through the path and become successful, there must be a way. If people before me, nobody becomes successful, then I'll be very worried. Do you understand what I mean? Like today, for most of you who are new, right, you get to know about new skin. Right, before us in Singapore, there are already so many success stories. We are not worried. It's just that we are willing to follow or not. Right? I just, when I'm very clear about what is the outcome that I'm going to get, 10, 20 years from now. From when I first started, I started to work very hard. So I'm a good testimonial, right, from new skin. I do not want to show off how much I make because that is not intention, right? I'm not going to share my money with you. Anyway, right? You make a lot of money, you also will share the money with me. But I'm sharing more than happy to share the success story because I realize, right, my success can be duplicated if you get the ideas and the concept. You can even do better than me, or you can even do faster than me, right? So that's how my track record in the new skin business. Right? I say that there will be younger people, generations that will overtake me in the years to come. It's possible, right? So I'm just proof to people that this plan works, right? Which like most of the people think that new skin or MLM doesn't work, right? That's why they choose to become an employee. But if you look at my track record, it's only one person, myself. There are a lot of people, right? Before I start my session, I just roughly count, which includes some of my China MDC. Till now, I have more than 50 over $1 million circle members in my organization. I mean, I was asking myself, who am I? I'm just an ordinary person, 28 years old, right? And very committed and very focused, right? To see this long-term direction and keep working and working. That's all. So when you keep working on something for a period of time, can you become very good?
Yes.
Of course. We are not genius, right? How genius are trained because they work on the same thing repeatedly, again and again. They become very good. That's all. Right? So that's why I get involved in the business. Right? With the exponential growth, I build a lot of properties. Every executive, every ruby is just like a property. So remember, I told you that the $1 million in new skin and the millionaire outside is different. Okay, millionaire outside, you realize that you need to sell, you buy something, you sell, you cash out, you got capital gains 1 million. But this one, you realize that it's perpetual. Okay, it's perpetual income. It's just like a rental property. It is a rental, you acquire a property, it gives you a rental income every month. Right? It's pretty interesting. That's how you realize that you can have financial freedom. Even though one day you're not around, you realize that the money continues to flow. It sounds too good to be true if you're first time over here. Okay, because the first time I get to know about this thing, I think this is bullshit. Because it sounds too good to be true. But let me tell you that it's true. You cannot imagine. Because why we cannot believe it? Because in employment it's not like that. How can you still have longevity bonus when you're out of your position as a CEO? Unless you share in the company. And you get dividends or bonus. Am I right? But being an employee is not possible, but in this business it's possible. Right? And in fact, you are not just building a business, you're building a legacy. So you need to address the first thing. I spend so much time on the why. Right? If you do not know the why, you cannot do well in the business. Right? Because why? Once you face some obstacles or problems, very high chance you will give up. Right? First you say, my husband don't allow me to come back late. Is that a valid reason? Yes, valid. Right? But if your motivation is not strong enough, the why is not strong enough, this one valid reason will kill you. Right? Then you will say that, I cannot come up because I got a lot of children. My children is still very young. Is that a valid reason? Yes. Very valid. But if your why is not strong, right, this valid reason will kill you in the business. Right? Nobody is free enough, nothing to do, waiting down there to do new skin. You understand that?
Yes.
Everybody sacrifice something. There's always a trade-off. But the question is is it worth it? Right? You ask yourself. I cannot answer it for you. Because at the end of the day, right, new skin is not my business, it's your business. If you choose to embark on it. Right? So you need to, I'm a very practical person. Right? I won't tell you that you don't do anything, you make a lot of money. That's bullshit one. If you still believe this kind of thing, you will end up involving a lot of scam. Those scam outside invest money, then you realize that pull your friends after you can make money one. Easy money. If you believe in this kind of easy money, you realize that at the end chances are you get conned. There's no free lunch in anything. Right? But if you are willing to put in the effort, right, 3 years, 5 years, or even you are slower than people, 10 years, is it a better option than what you work outside?
Yes.
It still is. So the first thing that you need to address is your why. Because if your why is not strong, right, all other things are all excuses. If your why is very strong, you realize that could, your reason, your what do you call it, the obstacle could become your strongest motivation why you want to do this. So I cannot address this for you. You have to address it for yourself, because everybody do new skin for different motivation. Some of them for their kids, right? Some of them for their parents, right? Some of them for their own personal success, achievement. Everybody is different. Right? We get motivated, you realize it from different source. So you need to address this with strong why. I call it the big why. This will at least 90%. The 10% is just about the know-how in mastering how to do the business. That is not that difficult. The most difficult part, I can tell you, that most, including my downline, right? The people that work with people who fail or they give up is because the why is not strong and they do not strengthen it, right? And they believe people outside. They have no dreams. Right? After you listen, you realize that this is something that I want. When you go out, where you hang out with our common friends, all your friends, you realize say, 做我 one. 就怕嘴包, you know? Right? So then you mix with them too long, you realize that, why you work so hard for what? Come and play mahjong, you know? Come drinking, you know? That's why environment is so important. Right? What kind of people you mix with, you end up to be like them. Right? So if currently you realize that if you are not satisfied with the current situation, you have to change. Because if you do the same thing and you expect a different result, that is crazy. Right? Second thing, after you address the why, what you need to do, or what's in it for you, or what business that we are doing right now, you must know what is it that we are doing, right? Otherwise, you know why it is, then you realize that the business in this, the business may not be promising or have got future. Right? So what we are doing over here, right? We are in the anti-aging business. Okay, there are a lot of more and more anti-aging solution today, health solution and beauty care solution, right? A lot of brands in the market today right now. Why? Because of aging population. Of course also because people are getting richer, they have the means to spend. Okay, people start to take, you look at 30, 40 years ago, very few people take health supplement. But now more and more. Correct? So the trend, it seems that you realize that health and beauty, anti-aging, strong demand. So that's the reason why in the newspaper and on TV, a lot of media realize that there are a lot of advertisement on different kind of healthcare and skincare products. So many providers in the market, so many brands in the market. That means that there's a strong market demand. That's why there are so many providers. Just like handphone, there are many brands, but not all the brands are doing well. Right? So what is so special about New Skin? Right? This is, of course, every one of you know him, huh? Right? We know him, they don't know me, he don't know us, huh? So, he predicted that the future, because of the aging population, right, the future that, right, the opportunity, the adventures, opportunity lies in the biogenetic sector. Right, in health sector, you realize that, and specifically biogenetic or biotechnology, right, is something that is going to grow phenomenally for the next decade. That's what he predicted, before he retired. In fact, starting from 2009, New Skin started to create a new brand called ageLOC. And some of you could have heard about New Skin 10 years ago. Right? Some people said, 13 years ago I already joined. Like 13 years ago and now it's totally different. So like 30 years ago, right? 30 years ago, Mata, now Mata don't already. Right? It's different. Correct? So New Skin in the past, we are dealing with skincare. Then after that we have the Pharmanex. But today, starting from 2009, we have the ageLOC. So if we are doing the business today, if you want to do New Skin today, do you need to understand what is ageLOC all about?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You need to know, because that is your business. What are you doing, right? So basically, starting from ageLOC, we are targeting aging, right, at the genetic level, which right now until today, none in the market are addressing this. Most of the companies, they're only addressing the signs, the symptoms, or the surface. Right? Most of the product, including a lot of health products you see in the market, right, they are very good. Antioxidants, is it good? Very good. But if you talk about in 90s, antioxidant is something is very good. Latest discovery. But now, antioxidants become a basic function. Right? Just like handphone, right? Nokia handphone. Last time Nokia handphone, you realize that it's one of the best. Right? SMS, all the function. But today, if you look back, right? That is just a basic function. So antioxidants, right? Same thing for Life Pack, one of the best selling product. We have Life Pack since in the 90s, early 90s. But today that's not the best because there are a lot of antioxidant product outside. But if you talk about age-lock, you talk about addressing a genetic level, none today in the market. We are the market leader. But if you ask me 5 or 10 years later, possibly there could be some competitors coming out. Yes. But at least for now, realize that we have the advantage. Right? If you still don't understand what is this, because like most of us, we are not coming from this background, medical background or health background, right? But this is the comic illustrations always I share with normal people, right? What does it mean by our age-lock technology? If you look at this comic illustration, right, you see that these two gentlemen trying to mop the floors because the floor is wet, right? So you can see that there's a running tap over here, right? So even these two gentlemen trying to mop the floor, do you think that they were able to clean the floor?
No.
Why? Because the source is still running, right?
Yes.
So the same thing for a lot of products right now in the market, right? They are trying to solve the surface. Will it solve? Yes, temporary. But the problem is that the source is not being addressed. So what we did with the age-lock is that first, some of the brands in the market today, right, healthcare and the skincare product, they don't have their own R&D. Okay, what does it mean? If people sell placenta, they sell placenta. Okay, the people sell, antioxidant, they sell antioxidant. They're just doing OEM, getting from a common manufacturer. That's all. Okay, basically, these kind of companies, they never think of future. Okay, they never plan for the future. But if you look at New Skin, what we did is, that means that these companies, they don't even know where is the source of the problems. Okay, they just sell the, the broom, the brush, right? That's all. That's what they do. They don't even know that where is the running tap. For us, it's the first thing. We have the ability to find where is the source of the aging problems. Second, we have the technology to close the tap. If you see, I know where is the source, there's a running tap there, but you don't have the ability to close it. It means you only can see. There are some research-based companies right now, what they did. They start to discover the source, but they have no product to solve the problems. That's what I mean. Right? There are a lot of academic, they begin to realize that, right, there are a lot of biotech companies right now also, they're trying to do a lot of research, but they don't have product. That's what LifeGen technology used to be. They're a research-based company. Until they partner with New Skin, they have the ability to produce product. Right? So that's why when you understand, the more you understand about age-lock and how this partner with New Skin, you get really excited. Because hardly in your lifetime have this kind of opportunity, which is free. Right? Starting from 2009, we appeared in a lot of medias, CNN, Discovery Channel, CNBC. Right? For the research job, we even appeared 2 times in Science magazine. Right? This is not easy. They're not like those American companies you heard about how good their products are, but basically they're not science-based. Right? It's totally different. And we are the only company today where our scientists are being featured in Discovery Channel. So if you ask me, where are the products outside working? Yes. If you eat, compare you don't eat, right? You still have result. But if for the same dollar amount, right, with the latest technology, you can get a better deal. Understand what I mean? In the past, you realize that you have no option. Nokia handphone is one of the best already, or the best. But today, you realize that, right, you can have better options because of the latest discovery. So our job, you realize that what happened is that a lot of people outside consumer, they still don't understand. They still use the old Nokia handphone, and some of them will still use the Taiko Tai. So we are going out to tell them what is age-lock all about. Right? So there are a lot of ready buyers in the market, ready consumers, people are willing to spend, right, to improve their health, to look good. Okay, so these are the 3 key scientists that are being featured in Discovery Channel DNA The Next Wave. Right? I think I don't want to delve through too much. You can search the YouTube and you can find out all these things in details. Okay, by the way, Dr. Joe Chang, right, is our Chief Scientific Officer. He's coming in the next month on the 21st in March, 21st March, right, in Singapore, and 22nd, right, we invited him to our ST event meeting, right, so in Johor Bahru. So this is a very rare occasion. I think he only come to Singapore like at least the most once a year, or sometimes once in every 2 years. So you have the chance to meet him in person. We're going to share about our latest technology, our latest product going to launch this coming year. So these are not bullshit. This is real science. Okay, New Skin acquired LifeGen Technologies, which is a research-based company for more than 30 years, and partnered with New Skin because we have the ability to manufacture product. That's how we come up with a lot of solution, right? Total solution. So, in fact, I read an article, right, talking about, who is Lim Kok Tai? Lim Kok Tai? Don't know, huh? Genting boss. Dato Lim Kok Tai. Tan Sri. Okay, so I read an article in Malaysia, right? He invested in one of the biotechnology company. That I forgot the name. I tried to find the article. Right? I read the article and he mentioned that this company are trying to do some tests to accumulate more database. Right? With the acquisition of LifeGen, we already have more than 500 million database. And the company he invested is trying to collect more database. You see the difference over here? So there could be a lot of new startup, a lot of biotechnology company, but they realize that the growth is so much backward compared to LifeGen. LifeGen has been around for 30 years. So if you ask me in the future what will happen to ageLOC, I cannot imagine, because we have this database that we have the ability to create a lot of new products. Right, this database is able to identify some of the problems, human problems, disease problems, right? Like high blood pressure, right? Like even diabetics, right? So with this, we are able to have the ability to create new products in the future. So now, even right now, you start to know about New Skin. While you listen to me, 5 years later, New Skin is going to be different again. Can you imagine? It's going to be different again. 5 years later, you realize that they could be creating something that's so new that we never imagined right now, at this moment of time. Right? So at least until 2017 to 18, we know what is happening for the next 3 years. I don't want to talk until 30 years later. I just talk about the foreseeable future for the next 3 years. We have the ageLOC, Alpha, which is our use pen, right? And of course, we have our ageLOC Me, 2 key products we're going to launch for the next 3 years. So these 2 products is going to dominate the market for the next 3 years, right? So if you are building the business you see the future for the next 3 years, this is something that you're going to start to understand. What is this all about? Because this could be a very big opportunity for you to grow your network, right? So to me, ageLOC is not just about MLM, right? Some people ask me, what are you doing MLM? You can say yes, or you can say no. Why? Because most of the MLM doesn't work. People thought that MLM means that you join, you recruit people, you make money. Actually, where the money come from? The money must be coming from the product movement. So if there's no product movement, there's no money. Correct? So why is it that New Skin Complaint is working? Because of the technology. And because of the heavy investment in the R&D, we have this new product coming out, and they are willing to share the profit with us through the multi-level marketing compensation plan. It's a profit sharing plan, in fact. Right? They could otherwise do not share with us, and they go through a traditional channel of distribution, primarily with GNC or pharmacies to sell the product. Is it possible? Or even go to clinics with the doctors. Possible? Yes. But you've got to understand this is a unique company about New Skin. Whatever products they create, exclusively only distributed by New Skin distributors. Right? So if you look into this as a business, this is a monopoly business. That means they do not create another alternative distribution channel. I'll give you an example, right? This can be very complicated if you're not a business person. Okay, I want to share my experience with you. I used to be working with Great Eastern Life, right? One of the largest life insurance company. In the olden days, okay, if you are Great Eastern Life agent, you are exclusive distributor, distribute Great Eastern product. But today, if you are Great Eastern Life agent, you are not exclusive anymore, right? You could be sharing with people how good the Great Eastern Life policy, but end up they can go to OCBC Bank and buy the same policy. What does it mean? Right? That means the parent company creating more channel of distribution. That means they're creating more competitors to distribute their products. So if you look into two different perspectives, what does it mean over here is that the company, they are trying to create more distribution channel, but for you, they are losing business, monopoly business. I don't know whether it's complicated for you to understand. Right? For another company, right? To keep it, another company called Shedley. Okay, one of the oldest direct selling company in the United States. Right? And this company, they also have good products. But unfortunately, you realize that the products are not exclusively being distributed by only distributors. Why I saw? Because I saw in this hospital in Bugis Junction, right, the pharmacies are selling the Shedley product. So while we are sharing with people how good the product is, but they realize that, the shops are selling it. So it's not exclusive. But for New Skin product, that is a promise. Every product that is being created by New Skin, only distributors will sell. They will not create another distribution channel to compete with our distributors. You know how good this kind of opportunity is? It means it's as good as a monopoly to us, right? And they are willing to share the majority of profit with us. And so once you know about the New Skin opportunity, the more in depth you understand, you appreciate it. Because for you to start your own business, to have this kind of product, it costs you millions of dollars. And not one time. Every 2 years they come out with a new product. Right? So to me, why I'm so committed in the business, and until today I'm still working so hard in the business. Because if you don't take, other people will take. People don't take right now because they don't understand. Not because it's not good. Our job is to make people understand, that's all. Right? But if you realize that if this thing is no good, you realize that forever they cannot grow on. If this is something, it's just like we call it's unpolished diamond. It's diamond. It's not polished yet. So we just need to polish it. But if it's just a stone, you will never become a diamond. You understand that? So to me, when I understand about H-Lock, right, for the next 10 or 20 years, this is not just merely about revolutionary technology. This is going to be a life-changing opportunity for a lot of people who are able to ride on this platform and change their life. Because I have proven it, right, from 09. In fact, from 09, starting with H-Lock, we have a lot, not me, myself, a lot of our newer builders, they benefit from the R-Square, right, pre-launch of the product, from PR90, a lot of newer products, even for the spa in China. Right, today if you go to China, spa has become, if you have friends in China, you realize that H-Lock Galvanic Spa has become a very famous and popular product. I started promote H-Lock Spa in China in 2009. Right, nobody believed that this product is so wonderful, but today you realize that in the entertainment industry, all the movie stars, all the Chinese, the China and Hong Kong and Taiwan, every one of them know Galvanic Spa machine. So you can choose not to believe. But 3 to 5 years later, the product becomes very popular. The questions you got to ask yourself, is it got to do with you? This is something that's so important. So who are suitable, who are using our products? Everybody. Anybody that want to look good, young, slim, right? So when your target market is everybody, can the business be good?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Some business, you realize that the target market is only a minor segment. Not most of people, but if you look at our product from our G3, 9 months old can start to drink G3 already. Right, if you know our G3, right? So from 9 months to 99 years old, basically you realize that your target market is everybody. Right, so if you ask me whether it's a good opportunity, you ask some of the product in the market, you realize that there's only a certain segment of the market to demand for it. But for the New Skin and the skincare and healthcare product, H-Lock product, almost your target market is everybody. If you are doing a product, marketing a product, a range of product that everybody needs, how can you have no business? Right? And who are the people who can get involved in the business opportunity? From my experience for the last 15 years, right, in my group, in every country that I travel, I hear a lot of success stories. Basically, everyone, they want to change their life. But provided they are 18 years and above. Right? Because for 18 years old, then you can join. Right? So we have, from our experience, we have all kinds of people. Even in my team, right? You have young one, you have old one, right? There's no ugly looking one, it's all good looking one. Okay, rich and poor, tall, short, right? You realize that every got degree, no degree, can study one, last time cannot study one. All kinds of people, right, can become successful. Right, too many. This is one of my China downlines, team lead members. Handicap can do? Yeah. Right, so it's not a matter of your physical ability. Right, in fact, he in the traditional business is doing very well. Right, he's actually a chairman of the. His surname is Tan. Right, he's the chairman of this World Federation Association, Tan Association, and he's also a multi-millionaire in China. Right, doing fashion, this clothes and fashion business, and he's also involved in the new skin business together with us. Right, this is one of the latest MDC last year also. Right, one of the single largest shareholders from Zhao Daifeng. Right, some of you may think that why this kind of people get involved in new skin, right? It seems like this is doing MLM. Okay, this is if you have traveled to China very often, you know this hotel chain, right? Budget hotel chain, Wujia. Right, this is the wife of the owner of this hotel chain. Right, he's also one of the latest $1 million circle members. So you may think that why would this kind of people get involved? Right, this is normal person you see on the street. Right, her transformation. This lady from this country, this province called Qinghai. Right, you know Xizang, Tibet. Right, Tibet is the lowest, is a poorest province in the whole China. Okay, the last one. The second last one province is Qinghai. The third last is Ningxia. Basically, it's the poorest 3 provinces in the whole China. Right, Qinghai province, and not only that, in this city, it's a 3rd-tier city in Qinghai. Qinghai is already very poor. Right, in a 3rd-tier city in China, in Qinghai, and a population of 100,000. Only. Right, he's halfway to $1 million already. You know, this lady, she used to be working in the pedicure. Right, 10 years. Can you imagine that, right, coming from a population of 100,000, one of the poorest city, right, province in China. China, not every part is rich, huh? Some people say, come from China very rich, and not necessary. Depends on which part of China they come from. Right, you can see that very ordinary people, right, they're willing to grab the life-changing opportunity. I think she's going to be the first in that area to become a $1 million circle members. But if you look at her, what is so fantastic about her? She wears specs, you also wear specs, right? Right? So there's no reason why, all kinds of people. We have Derek, right, our MC. Professional, he's a professional. In one of the regional marketing, in one of the MNC, in fact, Fortune 500 companies. Right, so this you can see that all kinds of people, right, when they realize that how new skin can change their life, they are willing to change for themselves and their family. That's how, slowly, this is John and Yiqing from Malaysia. Right, they started off doing new skin with motorbike, and the wife is riding the cheapest car in Malaysia. Right, they are also going to be one of our new $1 million very soon. You can see that there are a lot of, when they started the business also very, very young. Right, all walks of life. And if you ask me what is so special about them, there's nothing special about them. It's just that they are willing to change. Right? And Ibu Melanie, which I share in our ST convention also, right? 80 years old. Right? When I do the business, when I share with people, some people say that I'm too young, I have no network. Some people say I'm too old, cannot do. You go and die lah. Too young cannot do, too old also cannot do. Then what do you want to do? Right? You ask me, I got no time to do. Got a lot of time, one I don't want to do. It's whether you want or you don't want.
Yes.
Right? If you want, you will make time, right?
Yes.
Everything is all about priority, right?
Yes.
Ibu Melanie, right, 80 years old, working together with the daughter. The daughter is the top distributors in a Toyota, in a car dealer. They are one of the very famous family, Santosa family. They started New Skin 5-6 years ago. Also one of the 3 million members. Right? Big family of more than 3 generations. In fact, they don't have to do New Skin. Right? If it's just purely for the money, they already have money made from their own primary business. But if you are able to see like them, this is something for long term. You are willing to sacrifice some of your time. Right? So if you ask me who is suitable to do the business, dogs are not suitable. Dogs cannot join. Right? Every human being, sound human being. Right? Even I said, every one of us, even I said, if you want to change your life, right? You want to, riding on a platform, this is something that is proven. I've seen too many. Sometimes I also cannot imagine why they want to do the business. That's why I said I cannot impose my why on you. Like to me, the time is very simple. I was young. I just want to make a lot of money. But to different people, you realize that it makes different things. Right? To them, is that they want to, through New Skin, they want to help more Indonesian to change their life. Right? It's a very noble mission because for them, they already make money. But it's a very little things that can help many people through their platform. It's limited how many employees you can employ. Right? Not easy. You cannot just employ someone for the sake of employing because they don't need to work, pay the money, right? Cannot. But through New Skin platform, we realize that you can help a lot of people. Like in Indonesia, if they can make $1,000, right? It can help a lot of people to have good income. Where can you do this business? Everywhere. Right? You say this business, small business lah. I ask your business, you can do where can you do your business? Amokyo. You can only do your business at Amokyo. You say your business is bigger than New Skin. This is a business that you can do everywhere in the world. Right? You may just start from Singapore, but today you realize that you can venture everywhere in the world. My downlines on a train in China, they always travel by train. Those Scout here, right? On a train, right? The next passengers, they travel sometimes like a couple of hours. Next passenger, they just bring down their spa, they do their demo. And they can join online and shop in e-commerce straight away. They make payment, straight away online, everything. So after they alight from the train, close the case already, and started a new market in another city. That's how they build a business. How can you have such a convenience to build the business? On the train you cannot run away, right? So the best you choose the R seat, right? Lock those people on the window, then you put your legs, cannot run away. So you can share with them a product, and the product really works in 5 and 10 minutes, right? And everyone you can talk to. You are from Fujian, but this next passenger was from Shenyang. So she bought the product, right? She went back to Shenyang. Isn't it that you're starting a business in Shenyang right now, straight away? Can you imagine if you start a business in Fujian and you need to want to expand to Shenyang, you need to go and open the office there, employ people, bring in product. You know how much hassle you need to go through, no? But this one, straight away you realize that you can build, especially in Singapore, there's so many foreigners over here. Every time, when I first started New Skin business, people say, New Skin cannot do in Singapore lah, only 3 million population, how to do? Right? So small market, how to do? Yes, you do any other business the same, because you cannot change the Singapore population. Correct? You migrate lah. Alternatively, you do New Skin, because there are Chinese people here, there are Indian people over here, right? There are Middle East people over here, there are Malaysians over here, there are Filipino over here, right? They get to know about New Skin in Singapore. One day they go back, they will start to build a business in Philippines. So how can you have any business whereby you realize that you are still based in here and you start to build a global business? You tell me. If it's not good, this is not good. I cannot figure out what is good. This is it. In fact, a lot of our Malaysian builders, a lot of our Indonesian builders, including China, is all starting from Singapore. So if you just look into Singapore as 3 million or now 5 million population, right? You think like a poor man. When you start to think like a rich man, right? You find opportunity like New Skin. that bring you to the global marketplace. Only when you have a big global marketplace, your business can be very big.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
If it's just like my dad used to open a provision shop in my kampong, right, with a few thousand people population, how big can he grow? Work damn hard, right? Only rest for Chinese New Year, first day, second day, open already. Say everybody not open, I open, got business. I say, how big can you do? You see a lot of people balik kampong. Come back to the kampong, got more people want to buy things. How big can you do? So it's not how working you are, it's the platform. Right? The next one, most important thing is how, right? If you address the why, everything is so good, but you don't know how to do. It's good that you realize that you cannot make it, am I right? So we need to understand that if people have done it before, chances are they have mastered some know-how. We learn from other people's experience. Right? Smart people always learn from other people's experience. Stupid people always went through their own experience. Right? And make mistakes. Okay? Smart people always leverage on other people's bad experience to grow their business even faster. Okay? A person with average ability, if given a great plan, definitely will have big results. But if any opportunity only the smart, great people can do it, this is not a good business. What I like about New Skin, I have seen with my own eyes. Okay? Housewife, right? No degree, right? Normal people, they become millionaire. Very talented people, very smart people, they also can become millionaire. So this is proven that it's not how smart and how good you are, right? The plan works. So we are looking for people who are willing to work on the plan, that's all. Not people who are very smart. Because people who are very smart, they may not be willing to work on the plan. You understand what I mean? So a person with average ability, if given a great plan, definitely will have big results. They just need to work on the plan. And New Skin has proven over the years that it's a great plan. If they never change a plan for the last 30 years. Never. Right? But in business, you need to understand the process. Okay? So you need to understand, just like today, if you're on the factory production line, you must know that what are the end product. You don't take photo first lah, listen to me lah. Even right away about PPT, what you scared what? If you invested in a factory, right, you must know what you want to create, right?
Yes.
The output, right?
Yes.
When you start to do New Skin, you also want to know what is the end result, outcome and output you want to get, right?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
If you don't know, you just do. Most of the people who blindly do New Skin, they cannot become successful. They thought New Skin is just about selling products. It's not about selling products. It's selling products, you can become a multi-millionaire. That's not possible. You need to understand the process of duplication. Right? So the same thing for New Skin. You've got to understand where the money comes from. Where they generate the income to you. You got to understand. Some people say that, I don't want to say, I just sell product, I'm selling TR90, very good, a lot of people want to lose weight. You are right also. But the thing is that, if you are just selling a lot of TR90, you have a lot of customers, that will not make you rich. Right? You want to become a millionaire in New Skin, it's because you have created a lot of executive. 5, 25, 125, right? That's how you can have exponential growth. So whatever you did in New Skin are not leading you to create executive, is a waste of time. Understand? If every day you just deliver product, happy selling product, retailing, you don't make a lot of money. Then you tell me that New Skin cannot do. It's not New Skin cannot do, you do it wrongly. You understand? So you need to understand very well what is the end product, end outcome, right? Input, output. What's the middle? Process. New Skin business, and let me tell you that the more you understand about it, it's very logical. It happens for a reason. It becomes so many success stories. It's not by luck. If you go and buy 4D, you become millionaire. That is luck. Right? Some people say that this play you buy 4D very on one, got people always got people cut down. That is luck. You understand what I mean? Luck cannot be easily duplicated. But this one if you understand the process, you only need to spend time in mastering the process, that's all. You get it? If you want to produce a handphone, the end product is handphone. your duplication model, your mole, must be creating handphone. Not a mole, they're creating jelly. Right? If you create a mole, trying to add the end product to have a handphone, you must be crazy, right? It's not possible. So you need to understand what's the end product in your skin. Executive. Correct?
Yes.
Executive are all human beings, right? Those cannot become executive. So where is the input for you to get executive? Where's the raw materials? When you have invested in a factory, right? Then you need to bring in machine, right? To create some end product, right? You need to buy raw materials, right? Am I right? So the raw materials went to the process, then you have the output, right? So if you want to have the output of executive, which completed 6,000 volumes, right? The output, the input, the raw materials is the human resources, right? People. Right? So this business will never get saturated. Why? Because once you get out of this room, inside this room you see people everywhere. Correct? So it's never ending. Right? Through the raw materials, it went to a duplication model, 1, 2, 3, create 6,000 volume through the leverage model, right? Becoming executive. So if we are able to master this process, your executive creation will be faster and faster. You get me?
Yes.
Sometimes it's a raw materials problem. Not the duplication model problem, it's the raw materials. Right? Sometimes you realize that you go to the factory line, the raw materials went to the more duplication, you realize that, hey, cannot create the product. It's the raw materials got problem. Understand? But you must have a proven duplication model that works effectively to create executive, which is a 1, 2, 3. So after that, the end product, right? You need to have branding. The raw output product, right? It doesn't carry its value. So that's the reason why that you need to add one brand. Like if you look at the mineral water, right? If it's no brand, you don't have to drink. You don't know what is it, right? Put one brand plastic like that, can sound maybe 80 cents. Correct?
Yes.
So the cost maybe only 1 cent, 2 cents. This is called add value, branding. Right? So that's how you realize that from executive, how you grow to become a ruby, you add values. You create the values. That's how you become a ruby, become a blue diamond, become a team elite, become an MVC. You get me?
Yes.
Right? It may be a little bit complicated. Because some people tell me, I just want to come here and sell TR90. You are right. But you must understand. Selling TR90 forever won't make you rich. I have to be very honest to you. But selling TR90 brings a lot of raw materials into the duplication model.
Yes.
Why? Because a lot of people want to slim down. If you go and tell everybody, hey, come do 1, 2, 3, nobody want to do 1, 2, 3. But if you go and tell people that, no, do you want to look younger? You want to slim down? Would they want to?
Yes.
That's why you see expose so many people. Some people come in because of the lucky draw. So all the things that they did, activity is heavy to bring in more raw materials. But bringing raw materials to not process it to become end product, it doesn't make anything. You only do sales, that's all. So don't be too happy that for the last 2 days expo, you have good volumes. With good volumes, you have good commission for this month. Congratulations. But next month it goes back to zero. But if you are able to master the raw materials in, right, go through 1, 2, 3, let them become executive. This is your assets for their lifetime. You following me?
Yes.
I tell you, this is the essence of whole business. It's just like, I call this, success production pipeline. It's just like $1 million, millionaire production pipeline. It's just like why we are able to churn so many, create so many millionaires. It's just like a factory. It's a factory production line. So you need to be being a production worker at the beginning, You need to be familiar of the process. following me?
Yes.
It may take some time for you to understand it, but you need to understand it. Because this is so important. So where do you get the raw materials? From you sharing products with people. Understand?
Yes.
Right? Sharing, slimming, right? They join because they want to take health. So during the process, after you acquire the raw materials, you need to understand that there's a lesson we call follow-up and activation. This is something that you need to master. In this business, it's only three steps. The first step, sales. So in sales, you need to master closing. Some people say that I don't want to do sales. You go to some of the MLM talk and they say that we are not doing sales. No need to do sales. No need to do sales. Where the money come from? Recruitment, right? If it's coming from recruitment, the income, that is pyramid. That is the definition of pyramid. Right? If you go and study about what is the difference between the pyramid selling scheme, right, and the real MLM scheme. If it's purely your income coming from recruitment of new head counts, this is pyramid. So any business you do, you realize that sales is a requirement. Right? But we are not asking you to become a top sales, super sales. You just need to, over your lifetime, to have 20 to 30 good customers, regular customers, can keep coming back. Is that reasonable?
Yes.
Very reasonable for building any business, unless your product doesn't work. Right? If your product's really working, right? If you really work hard and sharing the product with people, to accumulate 20 to 30 customers is not that difficult. But the key question is that second step: how do you follow up and activate the customers to be able to see the business and want to become a builder? This is something you need to learn. Okay, this is something that I'm telling you the secret about network marketing business. This, if you understand what I mean, this is the gist about the whole business. Most of the people who are doing sales outside, okay, I did sales before in the past. Sales people, they do what? Follow up, servicing. Right? You cannot activate, you come to my shop, you buy something, right? You are my good customers. Next day I activate you, you open another shop opposite me. So most of the sales job do not have this kind of plan to induce the behavior for you to activate the customers. But for you to do well in the new skin business, right, you need to create more executive. So you need to master and how you are able to influence the customer to see the benefit on why they want to become executive. You get it?
Yes.
Right? So this is how you create a lot of executive through the 1, 2, 3. I'm going to show you what is the 1, 2, 3 illustration later on. Then we have the branding, right? We have the STU, our QST, right? Our GST, our GSCT, right? If you don't know what is it, better find out. Just like you are going to school, you want to graduate with a flying colors, but you don't know what is the curriculum. You don't know what is the school. Then you can never get it. You understand what I mean? So this is what we call is to add value to your business. That's how you get able to go out to become a Ruby, to become even higher pin title. Right, this is like a production pipeline. It's already given. The difficult part about the business, you realize that most time you want to become successful, there's no such pipeline for you outside. This is prepared for you. Right, this is fixed. You only need to be in charge of this only. If you're running your own business, these are all of the things you need to take care. You know how tough? Very, very tough. Right? So if we are willing to go through the whole process to understand it, right? I've shown you something. All big successful enterprises have a proven duplication model. McDonald's, downstairs. Right? McDonald's is great not because her hamburger is nice. McDonald's business is big because they are able to duplicate the whole system worldwide. Right? In our neighboring countries, Malaysia has got this burger called Ramly Burger. Right? You don't get Ramly Burger in the United States. But you can argue that Ramly Burger is so much nicer compared to McDonald's. So it doesn't mean that your product is nicer, it means that your business is bigger. Understand that?
Yes.
So today, if you have the great products like New Skin, TR90 and Spa, doesn't guarantee that you will do big business unless you understand what is duplication model. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven selling what? Char Kway Teow. grocery shop, right? So indeed, there is a huge demand for this kind of product, necessities. So in the small kampong, you realize you see some people, open those grocery store. Then after that, you have some people organize it like 7-Eleven, they franchise it, right? Even they have a big one like hypermarket, Giant and all these things. So if you understand about New Skin, complaint is the same. Each executive is just like a 7-Eleven franchisee. So you are not one person trying to sell to hundred thousands of people. You can't sell to so many people, right? You need to train and teach people to open more franchise outlets, 7-Eleven outlets, to take care of their 20 to 30 customers. Right? Why I'm sharing this in depth with you, because a lot of people, they don't understand this thing, especially coming from the sales background. Sales people like to close cases only. They are not willing to spend time duplicating people. The biggest investment is invest in people, not invest money. Because when you invest in people, people grow. Right? So this is the business. Once you understand it, it's very, it's everlasting. It's a very long-term business. Right? Starbucks is the same thing. It's just normal coffee. It's not cheap. But today Starbucks is everywhere in the world. It's a duplication system. Right? That makes everyone on the job, they know what to do. That's all. Okay, so same thing for doing New Skin. Some of them are doing New Skin, they are just selling product. We are also selling product. But you must know selling product at the back end, what you need to do. Create executive. If not, you cannot make a lot of money from New Skin. Get it?
Yes.
I know some of you are being confused right now, but don't worry. Okay, the more you understand, the more you come, the more you understand. You have a very clear picture. In fact, this is a very clear picture. Very clear. Right, if you can understand. Right, how do you get started? Remember I told you about 1, 2, 3? Yes. Success is as simple as 1, 2, 3. First step, use the product yourself. Right? New Skin has no advertisement. We don't invest in advertisement. So the best advertisement is you. That's why I say that we are not a sales job. Sales people, they don't buy themselves, they sell. Right? Mercedes is very nice, but they are not driving Mercedes. So that's why I say that this may not be really a pure sales job. It's more like a sharing business. It's a duplication business. Why I'm saying this, right? We have a lot of statistics to prove it. Right? If this group of people, right, the same group of people, if the leader, right, believe in TR90, the whole group will buy TR90. And nobody will buy Spark. Very funny. So, inside we realize that it's not how good a product, it's about belief. Yes. Right? So why the first step, you need to use the product. If you don't believe, you're just trying to close people to make money. After some time, this cannot be duplicated. Because you're using your own selling skill to close. But how about your second generation and third generation? They have no selling skills. So they cannot do. Right? Most of us, you realize when we first started the business, we are very smart. Right? We think that I ask people to buy lah. I don't need to buy, I make in commission. That is what we call a salesman concept. Right? If you want to do direct selling, you can do that kind of method, but you cannot become rich. No way. Remember I told you this about duplication business. You can't tell people what to do until you do it. Right? So we observe that like in the past, right? You started on now you started on TR90. One set is 1000 PV. Right? Then you try to slim down. At the same time, you introduce 2 of your friends or colleagues. They also want to slim down. So you got 2 set, 2000 PV. 3, first step, with another 3 friends. Right? So 2 plus 3, 5000 plus only 1000, you got 6000 PV. Then you become executive. Remember I told you, your business must be navigate towards becoming executive. A typical pitfall about the business, people who started the business, they look at the New Skin price list. Wow, 100 products, they got very excited. Right? So they pick and pick and pick and pick and pick and pick, right? But the thing is that you realize that they pick different product package. It cannot be duplicated down to the next person. You understand that? And for a new beginner who's starting on the business, it's almost impossible for them to learn so many things. When you are trying to learn so many things, it's not easily to be duplicated. Understand that? So you need to understand this is a duplication business. This is not about sales. Okay, duplication means that you realize that everything must be simple. Right? Normal people, they also can do. Doesn't mean that you need to be very high selling skills. Normal people, they can duplicate too. So this is something that is possible. For example, give you an example, right? If you come in because you want to lose weight, you want to slim down, you took TNID. Anyway, you're already starting to take TNID. Right? Usually I will tell them, why not you make money along the way? Or do you want to eat free? Anyone rejecting eating for free? No. So do you have do you have 3 to 5 friends that want to slim down? That want to look good? Yes or no? Yes. So this is something that is very simple. But if you try to tell them about opportunity, you complicate the whole thing. Right? Then you start to explain why MLM, why this skin is so good compared to other company. This is not easy to duplicate. Because not everybody has got the kind of business sense to be able to present well. But if we talk about, hey, you slim down, I also want to slim down. Right, before Chinese New Year, I want to look good, I want to dress nicely. This is something that you realize that everybody wants. So you've got to think of what everybody can do. Then your business can be big. Right? So when they introduce 5 people, they got level 1, 5%, right? Right? Then if they become executive, if they duplicate the same thing, can you imagine that these 5 people who took the TNIT, they also do 1, 2, 3. Correct? Because you believe in 1, 2, 3, you talk about 1, 2, 3, the people will below will follow the 1, 2, 3. So when they do the 1, 2, 3, can you imagine that you have 5? Right? When they go to the second step, they also get 2, right? 5 times 2, you have 10 sets. 10 sets, that is how you become a 10K achiever. If you want to sell 10K yourself, it's very difficult. This is a business of leverage, not retailing, not direct selling. So at the beginning, once you understand this, right, the first person you need to duplicate is not your downline. It's you. Yes. Because everything starts from you. Right? Sometimes the downline asks me, why me? When you take commission, they say, you should say, why me, right? How come you never say, why me? Right? You want to take commission at the time, right? You want to take commission, right? So everything got to start from you. Then the whole engine will duplicate. So when you have these 5 executives, right, they go to 1, 2, 3, they become executive, what happened to you? You become Ruby. Understand? Yes. Right, for the older builders, right, you are in the business for some time, you may understand better. But older builders doesn't mean that they will do better. Right? One simple thing about older builders is that we become more complicated. Because we know too many things. Right? When you know too many things, your mouth just becomes very big. Because we have the nature of sharing good things to the people around us. The bad things about new skin is they got too many good things. Right? That is a bad thing. Because when you're trying to sell too many things, it's as good as you never sell anything. Business is like that. Right? If you never run business before, you don't understand. But everything is good. But you realize that if you're trying to sell them so many things, the whole thing is so complicated, right? The next person you realize they have lunch or dinner or this coffee with friends, it's difficult for them to talk to their friends. Then your executive creation process is very slow. Right? Sharing this part on you is more on the business side, not on the product side. Huh? Right? My strategy is that if you want to build a business very fast, right, stick to one duplication package. Very fast. Right? And they ask me, how about the other product? The other product is supplementary. Right? Once you have this network coming up, right, along the way, by the way, they need to take R square. By the way, they need to use SPA. By the way, they need to use transformation set. But in one time you realize that you let them try and learn everything is very difficult. Understand? Yes. This is very important. Right, what I'm sharing with you is how you're able to create your becoming executive yourself, becoming a Ruby fast. Right, along the way when you follow up, right, sometimes after you, for example, if your duplication product is TR90, 1000 PV. When you do follow up, they go for scanning, right? The scanner, the score is low, right? So do they need to take G3 in life pack? G3? So you get them on the AR for G3 also, right? So, but you cannot depend on the G3 as a duplication. Understand? Because G3 is a duplication AR 100 PV, you want to do until cow come back, huh? 100 PV times 60 people, then you can get 6,000 volume, you know. It's not cannot. That means 60 people, you probably need to talk to 200 people. Then you can close 60 people. Right? Then after you come back, you tell me the new skin cannot do. It's not new skin cannot do. You did not do the right way. Right? For you to talk to 200 people, everyone 1 hour, you know how much time you need to spend now. Actually, whether you close TR90, R square, or whichever product, the time is the same one. You get that? But if you think that this is something that you want to master, you must become a master of this product. But the rest you are not good, it doesn't matter. Right? If you don't try everything, you know a little bit, then it will not create the kind of impact. You get it? Yes. For me, I like to do 1000 PV package like TR90. Right? Because it fits into a duplication model very smoothly. 1, 2, 3, 1000, 2000, 3000, 6000. Then you become executive. Very simple to understand. Right? Then you go and try to chalk out the point. You see, some is 53 PV, ratio, T green 53, 106. Then you go. So end up everybody go and do accounting. We are not accountant. Sometimes you realize that when you are too smart, it's not good. Very simple. It's really very simple. If everybody duplicate, right, everybody makes money. When they turn executive, your own TR90 consumption is free already. And you help your people around right to slim down. Very simple. But if you take long 6 months to become executive, you can't duplicate. Good quality people, they have no patience. Right? 6 months become executive, right? Then you duplicate another 6 months, become executive 1 year already. They have no patience. Understand? Right? Because creating success story in the business is also very important. Okay? So when we have the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you have 5 executive. Right? Yes. So 5 executive, you become a star. Then you duplicate it, then you multiply it. This seems to be very far, right? But in fact, if you are able to master 1, 2, 3 very well, everything will follow. So the fundamental is the 1, 2, 3. Right? So if you talk about 525, 125, it's a very far thing. But if everybody do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? The longest is 3 months to become executive. The longest. And most of our executive I can see is that some of them a few days. Right, within the month to become executive. So you decide the pace of your business. Understand? Some people say that I don't want to go so fast. That is your business. If you decide that you don't want to go so fast, right, that's fine. But if you want to go so fast means that you will make money slower lah. Can you accept it? If you can accept it, that is fine. Right? But if you want to fasten the pace, then you got to think like when I first started, right? I took 2 years to become $1 million. It's easy? Not easy. The time we don't even have TRA. Right? But I only think that how can I move fast? There's always a price for you to pay, right? Correct? Yes or no? Yes. So I know, right? If you want to move fast, that means your executive creation must be fast. Your leadership growth must be fast. That's how you can grow the business. You get it? Yes. Right? So my advice to a lot of older builders, as you know more about the products, right? Additional product knowledge is to help you to build your customer base, not about duplication. Understand? Yes. Because you will be very excited with new skin products. So many great products. Wow, everything's so good. You look at the demo, wow. Sometimes we are overwhelmed. When you're overwhelmed, we like to share. So you must know, understand what is duplication, right, and what is building customer base. Once you understand that, you realize that you can conduct the business very effectively. So every one of us over here, you're lucky because you come at the right time, right? 15, 16, 17. So if we talk about 3 years plan. So if you complete your Ruby structure by this year, second year you duplicate it, third year you multiply it. In 3 years, you have 155 executive, 525, 125, and that's the average income of 40 over thousand Sing dollars per month, about $500,000. So you ask yourself, right? If you are new today, okay, if you're willing to put in effort into the business, 3 years down the road, you can have this kind of income, right, every month. Is this something that is worth for you to put in the efforts?
Yes.
Right? If it's not, then forget about it. But if it's something that you realize that, right, this is within your planning. Right? Worst come to worst, you realize that you can't do it in 3 years, you do it in 5 years. You're slower than people. Is that okay?
Yes.
But if 5 years you cannot hit it, 10 years, is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, a lot of people 10 years later no more job, you know.
Yeah.
You 10 years later got $500,000 a year, you know. Right? It's just that this business about some people are fast, some people are slow. Right? The only thing that if you give up, that's it. You will never have a chance. I have seen people 20 years become $1 million. So you think it's very slow, right? Okay, right? It's financially free, right? Still don't have to look for a new job, right? You understand what I mean? So this is how, right? How this business is built based on the new skin compensation, how you maximize and leverage on it. That's why I say that it's not so much about selling products and doing retailing. Okay? Why now? And some people ask me, I just get to know New Skin now. New Skin Singapore, 15 years already. This is a 15 year. Are there still opportunities? This one you need to be very clear. Some people say that, 15 years already or so long. Yes, the company is long established. But now, this timing, are there still opportunity? Are there a lot of people know about H-Lock? Are there a lot of people know about this coming new product they're going to launch? Not necessary. Right? Not necessary. So a lot of people, they could have just heard about New Skin, this brand or this company, but they know very little about what is the latest happenings. So our job, right, is to understand what is the new thing right now that we have to share with people, to see the opportunity. Right? That's how you get paid handsomely. You need to do your work. Right? You cannot be expecting to pay a lot of money, but you are not doing your work. Okay? So what is exciting right now? While we are trying to plan to become executive and Ruby, we must have something to look forward, right?
Yes.
Correct? Yes. You didn't tell me about something that is 30 years later. We want to know that the foreseeable future, right, for the next 6 or 9 months or 1 year, I can see, or it will benefit me. So this is something that we're going to pre-launch, H-Lock or U-Spend, right, in September this year. Right? This is never in the industry until today. No competitor at all. Some people ask me, what is U-Spend? I don't know. How many of you know 100% about what is U-Spend? It's very common. If you know everything, there's no more opportunity. If everybody knows, you have no more opportunity. So this is the time that you realize that nobody knows what is U-Spend all about. But based on the research, we know that this is something that's very exciting. Right? This is a product and technology that even Google trying to invest in it. I think some of you have heard about this, right, in a presentation. Right, Google acquired this company called Calico, announcing the creation of Calico. Right, illness and aging affects all our families, from a disease, mobility, mental agility that comes with age, life-threatening disease that exact a terrible physical, emotional toll. Basically, what this company is trying to do is to extend, right, the quality of life of human being. So we term this new product we have called H-Lock U-Spend. Right? And you Google invested in Calico trying to doing research right now. Right? This is Time Magazine to talk about this. Right? Latest one is last year in the Straits Times. They also reported the goal is to prevent onset of age-related disease and maximize healthy lifespan. Right? This is not talking about New Skin. They're talking about why Google bought over Calico. Joint with US drug maker, right, committed initial US $250 million to develop cures for age-related disease. Not help people to live ever longer, but to maximize the healthy lifespan. Google invested heavily in this company trying to create a product like this. What we did, we started to do this research for 30 years already, and we are coming up with a product this September. Can you imagine it? You will never imagine it is coming from an American company. Correct?
Yes.
If you say new skin, we're doing MLM, then you tell people that this has got this kind of technology, people don't believe it. Right? Just like I told you about Google invested this company, right? Well, Google was so big, but they haven't coming out anything yet. They're still in the research and making such a big hoo-ha, all the report. But we are already doing the research for 30 years on the monkeys, a sample of monkeys, and this twin pair of monkeys on different formula. One is on our use pen formula. After 30 years, this pair of monkey, they look different, even though they are twin brothers. So we have proof. That's the reason why I told you that the reason why that we appear in the science magazine, we appear in Discovery Channel. Right? It's not my one, no. It's not play one, no. It's not like anyhow talk like that, It's really something. But the thing is that as a builders, or if you are looking for opportunity, right, your eyes must be big. You got to be excited. If you are not excited about this whole thing, this opportunity will not be yours. Sorry to say that. Sometimes when I share with these a lot of people say, "Are you sure or not?" Right? If you are not sure, find out more. Right? Today you realize that with the internet, there's so much information that you can find out. Correct? But the question is, what happens if this is real? And you have the opportunity on your hand to decide, right, how much market share you want. If this product, right, another product is going to create by Calico, right, through the Google acquisition, this opportunity will not be yours. The most you can only become a consumer.
Yes.
You know that? But this you spend, we are excited at the same time we can look younger, we can live longer, but more excited because you realize that we can participate in this opportunity.
Yes.
That is the reason why why I'm sharing you over here. If you just talk about U-Span going to launch, it doesn't make any sense to every one of us. But you know that U-Span, if you know how to leverage on U-Span to grow your network, 525, 125, it makes a lot of sense to you.
Yes.
Right? It could be just 6 months to 9 months from now. There will be people who listen in and understand and execute it. Right? 6 months to 9 months down the road, the network growth is totally different. So if you ask me, right, is it because you need to be smart or hardworking? No. You need to know the direction. Because if you are working very hard in the wrong direction, you cannot get what you want. The main reason, initial intention why New Skin acquired LifeGen is because of U-Span. The rest are all byproduct. Spa, transformation set, R-square is a byproduct. Because that time we have not enough time, right? Not enough 30 years to justify this yet. That's why we are holding it back until this year. But a lot of people, they start to hear about this news, but they are not excited yet. This is something that's very big. So you need to have a lot of imagination if you want to build a business and become a big winner. What happens if this single product become a $1 billion market? And you are the one who aggressively promoting and marketing it, will you make a lot of money?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So the difference is New Skin giving this product, these opportunities to us, every one of us equal, free. The difference is what you think over here. If you think it's small, not important, then it will be not important and small. If you think it's going to be very big, right, and you cannot wait anymore, Chinese New Year is coming, a lot of people prepare to go holidays and relax, but you take this opportunity to have a lot of gathering and start to tell the monkey stories. Is there a difference between these two group of people? Yes. Some people you realize they're playing mahjong, for 3 days, right? Mahjong is the best time for you to tell stories because they cannot run away. Don't talk out, because you talk out you don't get anything, right? You talk monkey. I'm not saying that, right, you cannot go for holidays or Chinese New Year. But when you see something, this is so important, you know how to make use of your time. Right? Because we are not in a business whereby it's very proper, you need to go to office, 9 to 5. It's not that small. Right? We are in the social networking. Everywhere, karaoke, mahjong, even I said, nobody can stop you from sharing. Everywhere is business. But you got to be, you must see that this is something that's very big. Hey, come on, we take 30 years and a lot of money to research on this. This is not monkey business. You know, so if you know this is something that is very serious, it's going to be big. 6 months and 9 months later, right, your organization will be a totally different shape. Totally. So it's a matter of belief. Right? This is a product that only we could create until now. We can claim that. 5 years later, we cannot claim that. Because competitors are starting to do research also. Understand what I mean? So at least we have a market mover advantage right now. And our most advanced ever, right? In particular, groundbreaking research into the body's innate ability. That means we are trying to reactivate certain things in the body. Right? Amazing. And basically, you realize that it's nearly impossible to obtain through diet alone. That's why some people say that, can I take some, some of the formula in this use pen, some of them are herbs. Right? Some people say that, can I take it individually if I buy the herbs from outside? Right? Basically, what I'm trying to say, it's nearly impossible for you to have that kind of combination. If you do it yourself. And it's not proven. Right? Because you know that in the Pharmanex products, every bottle is standardized in terms of quality delivery. Okay, let's talk business. Right? From now, if U-Span is going to be very big, it's an exciting story, it's going to be very big. A lot of people will be very excited over the product. Right? Of course, we are not just looking for consumers. We want to let people see that this is something is going to be exciting opportunity. From now, right, until September pre-launch, if you become a Ruby, a star, right, by the time, and one executive only entitled for you to get 10 sets of U-Span. Do you think that you have, from now until September, you have 10 friends and extended friends and family that need U-Span?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah. I expected the whole, sold out. So one executive plan said, well, based on this, by then, by September structure, you have this income for that month. Right? If it's not enough, you can start to work a bit harder right now. Right? You be a star, that means you're 5 executive, you create 5 stars. That means, right, if you have 5 stars, that means you not only you become a Ruby, you got 5 Ruby. Right? That's a potential income of about 44,000, about 100,000 ringgit. Right? If you think that that's not enough, right, within the organization you can multiply it, you have 30 staff. And each executive of 10 sets, that is about 160k or 400k ringgit. Right? The reason why I'm sharing with you this thing is that because you still have time. Right? Time is ticking right now. Right? The real launching is not in September. Actually, it's now. Every day is ticking. Right? If you start to create more executive by September, you become a bigger winner. Right? If you think that it's going to be a September thing, then you wait down there, the most you become a consumer, you buy 1 or 2 sets for your family members, that's it. You are not benefiting from this pre-launch at all. And bear in mind, in terms of opportunity, pre-launch of any new product is only once in a lifetime. Right? So global pre-launch will be this September. Next year we have a regional pre-launch, right? And 2017 we have the official launch like R Square. Right? Some of the people start to know about R Square only after the official launch. So you have missed the pre-launch of R Square, which have created so many millionaires. You understand what I mean? So every new product pre-launch given a fair opportunity for everyone. It's just that are you excited enough to grab enough market share? Right? February until August, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, you have 7 months. So how much you want to make from the H-Log U-Span pre-launch is up to you. Right? If you are slow, never mind. Right? Next year we still have the regional pre-launch because our executive count is accumulated, right? Yes. So if this time around we have 5 executive, next year you can have 30 executive. But now I'm trying to show you the money. Some people say because they don't know how big the money is, right? So they overlook it. It's a lot of money over here, if you can see it. And I can tell you that next month when Joe Chang, right, come and start to talk to a few thousands of people in Singapore and Malaysia, more people will know.
Yes.
Right? More people will get excited. Right? So that's the reason why that we have the pre-launch, I have a pre-launch opportunity talk. In fact, this end of this month. Because we need to act before the mass, more people know, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes. So February month and Chinese New Year is very important. Chinese New Year is not for you to take a break and go for holidays. Right? If you want to make more money compared to other people, while people are sleeping, you have to work harder.
Yes.
That's how you can overtake other people, right? Yes. So for some of you who are new, you just come to our expo yesterday and bought some products and used the product. You may be confused by what I say because it's a bit too much. Because I seldom speak, so might as well speak more. I don't know who I will hit, right? Because if I say too little, like some of the people want to have more in-depth things, they will miss it. So I must well just share, right? What is the business all about? Becoming an executive this month, right? If you want to do the business, always your next goal must be executive. Why? I always tell people, I always lead people why they want to become executive. Some people fear, if I'm executive, I go down, I demote how? Demote, start again now, what's wrong? You're not retrenched, right? You see, you know why people lose in life? You know why people lose in life? Because they think like a loser.
Yes.
You haven't even gone into the game, you think of losing. Right? Can you imagine that if you're a general of a team, a platoon, right? You go into a battlefield in the war, right? You go into a war, you're thinking that you're going to lose. How about the people who follow you? It's not success together, it's die together. Correct?
Yes.
Because that is the first step for you to start to make money in your skill. Before executive, you don't really make money. After you become executive, you got 9 to 18%, right? Plus level 1, 5%. That's how you got some income, right? If you do 10k GV, it's almost 4k Sing dollars. It's not small amount of money. Right? 10k, remember, based on my duplication model, is possible 1, 2, 3. That's why we have so many 10k achievers. But if you are fearful of becoming executive, the people you bring in will be also very fearful because it duplicates. Right? It's always duplication. At the end, you realize that your group cannot grow. Then you blame on the new skin compensation plan. It's not a plan. Right? If you want the things to change, you have to change. So I have observed for some people that 3 days become executive. We have the downline is 1 month and become executive. If you take 6 months, your downline will take 1 year. It's always like that. Right? Set the goal to become executive this month. Because you can do it one. It's not something that is so difficult. Right? Not need to master everything. You just need to have the heart of sharing with people. You started using the product, how you feel. Right? Sometimes you got something on TR90. Right? Some people say that I want to wait for my result, then I share with people. You are right. But again, if you understand what I share with you just now, you are wrong. How come just now I say I'm right, then now suddenly I say I'm wrong? Right? Depends on what objective you want to reach. Now, after today, right, you cannot say you don't know about the business anymore. Before you come, you are very naive and simple. You just want to lose weight, slim down. Now you know that there is opportunity behind it. Right? To me, once I know about opportunity in the past, I will not wait for my face to clear all the acne and I start just doing new skin. Because I'm thinking that if I wait until I clean, my friend join other people already. Now why I'm acting in this way? Because I already start to see in the business. But if I'm just going into product, I also haven't my face also not really clean yet, not really good yet. If I share with my friends, some of my friends will say that how come you like that? You see, is it true? It's true. Right? You always get what you focus. Let me tell you, right? So if you think that this is something you want to become executive this month, 1, 2, 3. I haven't do slim down yet, right? I'll talk to my friends. Hey, I just started on this slimming program. Come on, do together lah. We sleep together lah. Can it be done? Hey, why do you want to be so complicated? Why do you think that you must have a very good result, then people will join you? It's a matter of confidence, am I right? You know the end result, you are going to lose weight and slim down because new skin product works 3 months later. But you don't want to waste these 3 months. This is how winner will think. Right? Then we will think of how we can get people to act. Hey, come lah, I slim one person, not good lah, we all together lah. Come we challenge each other who can lose more. But at the end they also sign up. So it doesn't mean that you tell them a lot of things, then they will join you and do the business. No. This is really something that's very social. It's really a networking thing. You get it? But you must know why you want to become executive. From executive, you have 1, 2, 3. Executive, you become a star, Ruby. That's how you duplicate the whole thing. Actually, what we are saying, reminding you is that because actually you have not much time. Right? If you complete executive this month, March promote executive. You have no much time, about 6 months, that's all. If you want to, leverage on the youth spend, pre-launch opportunity. So jumpstart the business where we are the early of the year. Every time early of the year, we are always very hopeful. A new start. Right? But 1 month has gone. Right? Early of the month, always we have goal setting. At the end of the month, you always feel very miserable. End of the year. Because we never achieve all the goal. So we're going to jumpstart this year differently. Through the new skin platform. Right? Set your goal to become executive and fight for Ruby. It's very simple. It's just through 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I'm here again. Right? As I told you that I have not been speaking for a long period of time. But I'm willing, right, to take the lead for this time again. I'm going to do a pre-launch U-Spend pre-launch seminar to talk more about the U-Spend. Today I didn't talk much about U-Spend. But we're going to deal in more on the U-Spend product technology and the opportunity in Singapore on the 27th of February, just 1 day before the month end, right? And of course in KL, if you have business partners in KL, right, on the 25th, we're doing in KL. So this will kickstart the U-Spend pre-launch opportunity. And next month we have somebody heavyweight, right? Dr. Joe Chang, right? So invite more people for this seminar. Then Joe Chang come, right? 1 + 1 go double. Bring 1 more friend. So that's how you can grow your network organization, by leveraging on a meeting. Is that clear?
Yes.
I hope I don't sound too complicated for you, because I see some of your face. No worry, this is the first time you're here, right? You feel that it's not difficult because it's first time you're here, right? But the more you understand about it, this is the very simple business. 1, 2, 3, right? Becoming executive. Then you help people to 1, 2, 3. They become executive. So when you help more people become 1, 2, 3, you become a Ruby. Right? So if you are taking TNIT, right, be your testimonial yourself, influence the people. You should have some friends of people, they want to take the product together with you, or R-Square or whichever. Keep the business simple. Okay? So with that, I want to close my sharing for today. Happy Chinese New Year. 恭喜發財，好啦！ Can you give Rayne another round, big round of applause? Thank you for his wonderful sharing. Have you got the insight of what is going to happen next? Yes. Already got a feeling? Yes. Do you know what to do next? Yes. What do you need to do next?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Very easy, right? Complete your exact fight for Ruby. Okay? And just now, Rayne mentioned a very, very important message to everyone. This one. 4 years ago, exactly, I think around 4 years ago, if U-Spend is actually changed to R-Square. Okay? For me, I grabbed this R-Square opportunity, I followed his direction, his strategy, and 4 years later, I became one of the millionaire he created. And success can be duplicated in here. Do you believe it? Yes. You spend, if you come to this you spend launching pre-launch events, and you understand and you bring a lot of your friends to come here, and together they understand this opportunity, you can become millionaire. I think you'll be faster than me. Do you want to be that? Yes. Okay, I'll see you in these pre-launch activities. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.